This tutorial for this bright, bold page is the next in the Break the Blank page, What Comes Next series. Hi, I'm Creative Katie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to take the page that I broke using asemic or nonsense writing. This is the page. We're going to take this page and we're going to finish it. Now, to get started, I want to add some color, but I want to see the script, this nonsense script coming through. So I'm choosing to use my neon paints. Now, I just went out and purchased these neon paints, thinking I'd like some bright, bold colors on my page. Now, I didn't buy the orange because I'm thinking I could mix the pink and the yellow to get orange. So here's something that I do when I'm testing paints. I can mix those paints before I do them on the page and see what color I come up with. And then if I like that color, I can deliberately mix them on the page, wet on wet, in my block and blend technique, or avoid it if they make mud. So here I use the pink and the yellow and I get this great neon orange. I take the pink and the neon purple and I get this nicer pink, a different pink. Now if you take colors on the opposite end of the color wheel, like the green and the purple, I know it makes mud, but if you're not sure, test it out. Is that a color that you want? If it's not, then I know when I'm mixing the paint, wet on wet, I need to avoid that. The green and the pink also doesn't work very well. The green and the yellow, you get another neon color tone that I like. The purple and the yellow, again, gets me a color that I don't want on the page. So now I know what I can do on the page. So I'm going to avoid 3 color combinations, and I know I can get 3 color combinations. Now I'll put a link to these paints in the description box below if you want to go and check them out. So now I'm just putting paint on my glass palette, and I am going to use my finger and blend these paints right on top. Now the neon paints tend to be a little bit more translucent, which means you can see through them. They don't block off what's behind them, and that's why I'm choosing them. I want to see that asemic writing. Here I'm mixing the pink and the yellow. Here I'm mixing the yellow and the green because when I tested it out, I learned that those colors make a nice color. So I'm not worried about doing them. Now I'm going to wait till that green dries before I add any purple beside it because I know that the green and the purple or the green and the pink, they're not going to make a color that I like. So I can wait till it dries or I can use the heat tool and dry it. And the more you mix paint, the more you learn about what colors work together, it makes nice colors. So a full recap with my prompt and process cards will be available at the end of the video. So I go around the page, adding the colors, blending them when they're going to give me something I like, avoiding blending them when they're wet if they're not. Now, asemic writing is just nonsense writing. It's exaggerated loops and heights. And even if it's a real word, you're writing so fast that it's not something somebody is going to be able to read. But I do love the way that writing looks in the background. So here I'm using the heat tool to dry the paints because I want to come back and either add colors where on top of what's there, like here there's just too much green. So I'm going to mix the pink and the yellow to make that orange, and then I'm just going to apply that right on top. And I can do that because the green is dry. Once it's dry, it doesn't reactivate, and I'm not going to get that mud. My goal in this background was to make a bold, bright background. Here I'm adding purple on top of the green. Now you can see how translucent it is, so I can come back and add a little bit more, build it up, drawing in between. I thoroughly enjoyed using the neons on this page for my first time using neons, and I definitely will be playing with them more. I have a couple other ideas, so if you'd like to see more with neons, leave me a comment. So now that this is dry, I grabbed this silhouette stencil that my friend cut for me using her Cricut, and I'm just taping off the space in her arm because I want that to stay that background color. And I'm using black acrylic paint with a makeup sponge to stencil this, what will be the focal image, onto my page. I chose black because I want those bright, bold colors, and there's nothing better than the contrast with black and white against those bright colors. Loving, loving, loving how that looks. I'm giving it a dry, and then I'm going to peel off that bit of masking tape that I put in there for the arm. Now the tape was a little bit big, so my arm looks a little bit too skinny, so I'm just taking some of that black paint with my liner brush and just painting it in till it looks probably like it should have been. I decided that I'm going to continue adding some stenciling with black acrylic paint and the stencils. And the list of the stencils will be in the description box as well. Loving that mandala stencil in the corner. Not sure what I want to do next, so I'm thinking about it. So I'm taking the makeup sponge and my black acrylic paint and just edging my page. I grabbed this stencil screen view, which is one of my favorites. Well, the mandala stencil is called Native Star, I believe. Loving the look of this black onto the background, and it really works well. I wanted to create this wild, crazy, bright, bold background. Now I want my focal image to stand out and I want more contrast, so I grabbed my Fineline applicator bottle that has white acrylic paint that I've thinned down to the right consistency, and that's just, I play with it to get that right consistency. No measurements. And I'm just outlining it. And you can see how this just makes it stand out. Please take the time and follow me on Instagram at Creative Katie. You'll see when I post videos and what I'm up to in my studio. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, then go click on the bell and select the option to be notified of upcoming videos. I'm loving the look of the outlining of the white, so I want to make this stand out more and put more white in here. I also know that I'm going to put a sentiment on here that's going to be black letters on a white background, so I want to have some more white on the page so everything works together. When I look at the video right here, it looks like I'm, going very smoothly. My hands today were really shaky, so it's kind of wobbly, but I'm okay. It's, you know, let go of that perfectionism. It gets in the way of your creativity. So I grabbed this Dash V stencil and I'm taping off part of it. And I'm going to use this stencil to create a black border around this page. And you can see it on the left-hand side. I apologize it off screen. I did speed this up so you don't have to see it. Just putting the stencil there and using my makeup sponge and going all the way around the page. Look at your stencils. You can use a lot of your stencils in a variety of ways, and using it to create a border is one of those ways. Now I wanted to add more contrast here, so I grabbed my Fineline applicator bottle and I'm adding a dot of white. When you're using the Fineline applicator bottle, you have to be careful not to put your hand in the wet paint. It does take some time to dry, so be aware of that. I'm liking the dots, but I want to add more white, so on the longer lines, I'm just going to go with a dash of white in there. So I use the stencil as the base, and then I'm adding my own doodling with my Fineline applicator bottle. If I didn't have the Fineline applicator bottle, I would use my Posca pen. But for white, I prefer the Fineline applicator bottle because it's more opaque. But because everything underneath this is acrylic paint and it's not going to reactivate, you're not going to get color bleed through like you would if you were going on watercolor or uh, distress inks or some of the other products. Loving the look, how this all came together. So now it's time to get a sentiment. And this is my quotes binder, and I'll put a link to the video where I show how I created this binder in case you're looking for an organization system. I have all my sentiment packs in here, a copy of it. I've printed it on double-sided, put it in the page protector, and then I can just go and flip through this and read the different sentiments and find the perfect one for my page or project. Once I find it, I just take out that sheet, go to my printer, and print it off. And I can size it bigger or size it smaller as I need for the page. So that's what I've done here. I've just actually left this one exactly the right size, but it doesn't quite fit. So I am going to cut out, I'll get rid of a lot of that excess white. And the quote says, "In the midst of chaos lies creativity." And I thought that was a good fitting one. The background looks very chaotic, wild, very 70s kind of look, I guess. I glue this down with my fluid matte medium. You can use gel medium, you can use Mod Podge, use what you have. I prefer Liquitex fluid medium for smaller or lighter weight papers, and TCW gel medium, matte finish as well, for heavier things. Now I grabbed my Fineline applicator bottle with the black in it, and I'm just outlining the tops and the bottoms of my sentiment, just to make it stand out a little bit more. It just somehow finishes it. Oh, I'm really loving those neons and definitely will be coming back. So I thought I was done this page and getting ready to do my recap, and then I decided, you know what? It needs some bling. So I grabbed my gold and my fan brush and I'm splattering with gold. And there it is after the gold has dried. I love how that looks on this page. Just the right finishing touch. Page isn't over till you say it's over. So here are my art journal process cards, and these are available for purchase at NinnysNapkins, and I'll put the link in the description box. So we started this page, we broke this page using asemic writing, which I wrote with my Fineline applicator bottle. I applied color using the block and blend technique, avoiding mixing colors, wet on wet that are going to make mud by doing tests ahead of time. And I used neon colors. I've just a brand new purchase and I was just waiting to use them. I'm adding contrast with black and white. I stenciled my focal image as well as some background pattern using 2 other stencils and a DIY stencil. I used another stencil to create the border for my page. I used the Craft Room Caper Sentiment Pack. I outlined or doodled with my Fineline applicator bottle, again using white to add that contrast. I splattered with gold. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you love this page as much as I do. Close-up pics are coming. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Until next time, go get creative.